Hey everybody, I'm Julie. And what do you know? Just a couple days after recording and uploading my Barbie collection video, I receive a delivery for a Barbie that I hadn't been expecting. I thought I was going to get her around like April of this year, maybe later, but she is here. And you already know who she is because you've seen the title and the thumbnail. I have been a huge OG Shira fan ever since I was a little girl, but I never had any of the toys. In recent years, I did acquire this action figure, I guess you would call her. She is all plastic. She does have an alternate head that you could replace this one with. So she is pretty cool. And then I also have Katra. So similar in design, all plastic. This cape is fabric, so we at least have that. But the rest of her, plastic. But I love them both. So of course, when I had the opportunity to get the 40th anniversary edition of the Shira Barbie, I was gonna jump on that. And I am not one to be very attentive about launches and things like that. But with the first pre-order, best believe I had my alarm on for that. I had my ass in my chair by the laptop for the site to finally go live with the pre-orders. And I want to say like maybe a minute before that was to happen, I got up and I left to I don't know, get a coffee, use the bathroom. I have no idea. I did not feel like I was gone for that long, but I came back, pre-orders already sold out. I found out subsequently online that they had sold out in about what 10 minutes, if not less. And I know that a lot of people, including myself, were pissed off. So when Mattel came back with another launch of pre-orders, I was just so ecstatic. My ass was glued to the chair. I wasn't going anywhere this time. But luckily, it seems like people had plenty of time and opportunity to snatch up Ashira. So here she is. And she does have her sword, which I will show you momentarily. But she came in this box. I did not record myself unboxing because whew, stress levels were high. Blood was boiling, trying to get her out of that box with all the plastic, all of the binding, all of the Garvey tags. I was about ready to lose it. And I was just like, at a certain point, I was being a little careless about hacking away at all that. But luckily, she is unscathed. She does also come with this stand right here, as well as this certificate of authenticity. But there are plenty of Shira unboxings from last year, you know, the first wave of release. So I I really enjoy her overall. Um, you know, the fabric is fine. What we paid, let's see, I think retail was 50 some, and then after taxes, I ended up paying like 60 some maybe. I can't remember honestly. Um, she feels a bit more playline than collector. Because she's not really meant to be playline, or is she? I thought she was more of like an adult collector. And for, you know, $60, this feels borderline like I paid a smidge too much, but I don't know. Those of you who are more of just more of an expert at these types of Barbies, collectors versus playline, you let me know if this is kind of like standard issue for the quality we are to expect from, you know, 40th anniversary doll. Like I feel like, you know, the fabric is fine. I mean, she looks beautiful. She really does look beautiful. And I do appreciate, some of the detail here, like the rhinestone that we get here and on the sword. Um, like other people have said in their videos, you do have to be careful about these clear spaghetti straps, and not to snip those off along with the rest of the plastic in the packaging. So luckily, I did not make that mistake in my anger. Her boots are made to come off, and she's got the typical kind of articulation for, I guess, like a made to move, right? She's lovely. The face up is lovely. The hair is nice quality. I think this is Saran. No product. There is a little bit of fallout, but nothing egregious. I'm fine with her. So I did go ahead and place like a thin, clear elastic around her headpiece to keep it on. In the packaging, there was like a thicker elastic, and I could not tell whether I was supposed to hack that off as part of the packaging or leave that on. Um, but I was growing very impatient, could not get her out of the freaking box. So that did not survive the carnage, and that's okay. This little elastic works just fine. And if anything, it's less noticeable, it's more delicate looking. The arm cuffs are scuffed, and that is the problem with this kind of material, right? I don't know if the camera will be able to pick that up, but they are scuffed on both of them, and you're even missing some of the gold, if you can see there. That's chipped away. Similarly, same thing with the sword. As that was the big problem with this. So her pose in the packaging, she's got the sword gripped in one hand and cradling it, the blade with the other hand like this. So we are already missing some silver here. Part of that came off on this hand, it flaked off, and then also, oh, you can still see it, I think, right there. Do you see that? Silver came off onto her grip. So that's just disappointing. So you can see there where we're missing some of the silver material. That's where that came off under her hand. And then on this side, right there. Yeah, this just looks cheap. If this was going to be the quality out of the box, I would have rather just some resin or plastic, like this one here. I would have just rather a plastic and, have it in like a glossy silver, sparkly silver, play around with some glitter. I don't know. I feel like they could have been creative and just stuck with something that was going to be better than this. I mean, the design itself is nice. I do like the gem in the center there, but if it's going to be flaking off all over the place, what's the point? And then, as other people have said, she does not have a firm grip um, on the sword. Once again, there was like a thicker elastic band around it. I am gonna just go ahead and use a thin one like this, which is a little more, I don't know, discreet, less noticeable. All right, so there we go. Went ahead and put the elastic around her, and I think it looks pretty decent. So final verdict. Do I believe she is worth what I paid for her? Given that I'm such a fan of She-Ra and that she would be available in Barbie form, yes, I am still happy to have her, despite some of the disappointments with her production quality. Let me know what you think of her, if you are also an OG She-Ra fan. I have yet to watch the reboot of the show. that Netflix produced some years ago. And I don't know if I ever will. I don't know. I don't know. I am very partial to OG She-Ra and He-Man. So, all right. That is it for me. Signing off. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next video.